Everyone's talking about the World Cup. Your friends are talking about it. Your coworkers are talking about it. Random people on the internet are extremely aggressively talking about it. And yet, if you asked most of them to actually explain how the tournament works, they'd go quiet. Real quiet. Because this year's World Cup is genuinely different, and nobody is explaining it correctly. So let's fix that right now. Here's what's actually happening. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is being played across three countries. The United States, Canada, and Mexico are co-hosting. That has never happened before in World Cup history. And it gets more unusual from there. Because this tournament isn't just big, it's the biggest men's World Cup ever played. 48 teams. Not 32, not 24. 48 national teams competing on the same stage. That's 16 more than the last one in Qatar. So why does that matter? Because the entire format had to change. And this is where most people's explanations fall apart. Let's go through it properly. Start with the group stage. In theory, it sounds simple. 48 teams split into groups. Everyone plays. Some teams advance. You know the drill. In practice, it's a bit more interesting. Those 48 teams are divided into 12 groups. Groups of 4. Each team plays 3 matches, one against every other team in their group. Classic stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. Only the top 2 teams from each group automatically advance. That gives you 24 teams. But wait, there are 12 groups. So that's 24 teams. The tournament needs 32 teams for the knockout round. So where do the other 8 come from? Third place. The 8 best third place teams from all 12 groups also advance. FIFA looks at their points, goal difference, goals scored, the whole thing, and picks the top 8. Those 8 teams sneak through. It's messy. It's a little controversial. And it absolutely will matter in some group somewhere. Here's something most people miss. That decision, 12 groups of 4, wasn't the original plan. FIFA initially wanted 16 groups of 3. Think about that for a second. 3-team groups, where one bad game and you're done. Fans and coaches hated the idea. There were concerns about teams colluding in the final match, deciding to draw on purpose to both advance. So FIFA scrapped it, changed it to 12 groups of 4. One extra game per team. Better for everyone. That change happened relatively quietly, and most casual fans have no idea it even occurred. Now, the knockout stage. This is where it gets simple again. Beautifully simple. 32 teams, single elimination. You lose, you go home. No second chances, no repechage, no complex points calculations. Just football. Win or go home. Starting from the round of 32, you work down to the round of 16, then the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finally, the final. The winning team plays 8 total matches to lift the trophy. In previous World Cups, it was 7. One extra game, one more chance for drama, one more chance for heartbreak. Speaking of heartbreak, what happens when games are tied in the knockout round? In the group stage, a draw is fine. Both teams get 1 point each and life goes on. But in the knockout rounds, a draw cannot stand. You play 90 minutes. If it's level, you get 30 minutes of extra time, 2 halves of 15 minutes. If it's still level after that, you go to penalties, 5 kicks each. Sudden death if needed. It's simultaneously the most thrilling and most cruel thing in sport. And yes, it will happen this tournament. It always does. Now let's talk about the host cities, because this is where the scale really hits you. 16 host cities, 11 in the United States, 3 in Mexico, 2 in Canada. The tournament opens on June 11th at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, one of the most famous football grounds on the planet. And it closes on July 19th at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. That's the final. Right outside New York City. The semifinals are in Dallas and Atlanta. The third place match is in Miami. These aren't just random venues. Most of them are NFL stadiums, temporarily converted for football. The real kind of football. And then there's qualification. How did 48 teams even get here? The 3 host nations, USA, Canada, and Mexico, qualified automatically. That's how hosting works. The remaining 45 spots were distributed among FIFA's 6 continental confederations through a 2-year qualifying process. Europe gets the most spots. Africa gets more than before. Asia gets more than before. Every confederation's allocation increased because the tournament got bigger. More countries than ever have a chance to participate. That's either a great democratization of world football or a dilution of quality, depending on who you ask. Probably a bit of both. Here's the thing about this tournament that nobody really talks about. The 2026 World Cup doesn't just change the size, it changes the rhythm. When there were 32 teams, the group stage was tightly packed. Teams played, teams advanced, things moved quickly. With 48 teams, more games, more cities, more days, the tournament runs 39 days. That's longer than any previous World Cup. Fans traveling to multiple games could be crossing thousands of miles between cities. Mexico City to Toronto, Dallas to Vancouver. The logistical challenge alone is unlike anything football has ever attempted. So, you came here wondering how the World Cup actually works. Here's what you now know that most people don't. 48 teams, 12 groups of 4, top 2 from each group advance automatically. 8 best third-place teams join them. 32 teams enter the knockout stage. 8 games to win the whole thing. 3 countries hosting simultaneously. 16 cities, 39 days. 1 trophy. It's complicated. It's ambitious. It's a little chaotic. But then again, that's always been football's thing. And the real question isn't whether this format is perfect. It isn't. The real question is whether the drama will be worth it. And based on everything we know about football, it almost certainly will be. If you want more breakdowns like this, formats, tournaments, how things actually work, you know what to do. Subscribe. It's free. And I'll keep explaining things properly.